Shalom, family. Everyone can hear me? But I figure we're cold here enough, right? And if not, then my voice should be, bouncing off the wall. So it's guaranteed to hit somewhere, right? At this time, I want to thank everyone just for being here. As I said, it is, an intimate Purim this year. So we're gonna make it, fun. Some of us, we come from dance party where you're in the basement and the wall a beat. So please do not beat the wall. But it's gonna get hot. But we're gonna have some fun. We got Elder Gaja that came all the way. Where you come from? UK. So you come from UK to come spend this Purim with us. So I'm doing something and you're doing something.
Now follow your lead, man. Anyway, you want to do it? Listen what you want to do. Got presents for the kids, what you do? Yeah.
I mean, everything's, we kind of have to plug and play, so to speak. So how we originally wanted to plan things, kind of, But what we're going to do, we'll do something short because today is about Purim. So we'll touch on a few things about Purim and whatnot. I guess we'll bounce ideas off of one another, and then after that we'll eat some food. After we eat some food, we got some performances as well. And then after that, I said we just will build a vibe and enjoy the night. As I said, it is a holy day. So we're going to make it and have fun and make it work, right? God, two or more in the mix, we know who's with us. Christ is in the mix, right? So let's just make this fun. Let's have a good time. And let me get my stuff and you have your stuff, right? All right, then.
All right, family, good? Let me ask you, man, anybody here for the first time? Any new people here? I've never been here before? Anybody here celebrating Purim for the first time? Just joined the church and celebrating Purim for the first time? First time celebrating Purim? All right, nice one. All right. So, yeah, Terry, you have an extension? You can plug this into? All right, so when you go into the book, when you go into Purim, the whole story of Purim, right? You read about it in the book of Esther. Most of you are familiar with that already, Can? All right, so there's a couple things within the book of Esther when you start to read it that kind of very key, yeah? Key to the whole story, the whole lead up to the whole build up of what Purim represents, okay? So what I'm going to do here with the help of these brothers over here is we're going to just go through some of the scriptures there, maybe probably even the whole chapter on Purim. And I'll add a couple things as I'm going to the lesson, alright? And feel free to stop me at any time if you have any questions, okay? Before we start, let's just stand and let's say a quick prayer. Which is this? That way. Alright. We're walking with the Father, we humbly approach your throne. Father, we thank you again for another day. We thank you for gathering us here today, Father, that we may commemorate your holy day, that we remember the sacrifice made for your nation and for us being here, Father. Father, above all, we thank you for giving us Yeshaya Mashiach. We send this prayer to you, nothing wavering in Yeshaya's name, Tamiyat, for water. Amen. Alright, listen, give me Esther 1 real quick, alright? Esther chapter 1, verse 1.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia.
So, Ahasuerus, don't say me have listened right, so pronunciation probably off sometimes. Is the same person or the same king as Artaxerxes. Alright, Xerxes, and that was a Persian king, and it tells you that his kingdom reigned from Ethiopia, which is what we call Africa, all the way down to India. Alright? Now, geographically, it's giving you location, time that you can actually go back and reference to history. Yeah? The Bible is a historical book as well. It gives us our history. Now, there's 4 captivities, or there's 4 kingdoms written of in the book of Daniel. Alright, guys, check it, yeah? Everybody with me? Alright, so let me just give you a little quick scenario before we go back in the lesson. Check it. I'm a kind of an old school type of a guy. Alright? I was taught growing up that when someone is speaking, it's rude for you to speak. So if I'm teaching, I would expect everybody to be here, focusing on what we're teaching. Alright? And what we're bringing forward. We have to have discipline along with the word as well. The Most High is a God of discipline. So if I'm speaking and you start to speak and you hear me stop, that means I'm expecting you now to share what you're speaking about with the rest of us. Make sense? Yes. We have to be disciplined within this walk, within this word. If we lose that discipline and that respect for the word, then anything can happen. It becomes chaotic. Alright? So if anybody have anything to say before I continue, now is the time, please. Are we good? Can? Alright, the one, alright? So pick up again for you where you left off, Brother Hudson.
India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 provinces.
Come on.
That in those days when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants.
Alright, so hold on again now. So, question time. Do we know the 4 beasts of Daniel? Everybody here know what that is? The 4 beasts of Daniel? Yeah? Alright, good. So we can name the 4 beasts of Daniel, right? And who they are, can? First beast is who? Anybody? Oh, come on. Don't worry about it. It's not that bad. Anybody know the first beast of Daniel? The first one? Babylon. Under who? Who? Nebuchadnezzar. Good. Second beast. Persian Medes. Under who? Under who? Darius. So this is who we're talking about. It's under Xerxes. Okay? So Darius, I think Darius is the son of Xerxes or the other way around. But this is them. This is the Persian-Medo Empire. What's the third one? Greek. Under who? Alexander the Free. I mean the Greek. You know who that is, right? And then the last one is which one? Rome. Now according to the Bible that we have, the 66 books of the Bible without the Apocrypha, you can only find 3 of the beasts in it. Okay? For you to find the 3rd beast, which is the Greco Empire, you have to read the book of Maccabees. Alright? So that's why the Bible is incomplete, because you can't find the 4 beasts without having the full complete books in the Bible. You understand that? Everybody can? Right, that's a little tidbit, a little fun fact. Alright, so we're reading about the Persian Empire right here, so Artaxerxes, and they're telling you about a situation where the children of Israel were almost annihilated. Alright? And you're going to see a lot of similarities as we read on through here of how even into modern day today, like today 2026, the same things that were practiced or tried back then are being done now. Alright? Keep reading for me, please.
In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants. The power of Persia and Media the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen, and purple to silver rings, and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red, blue, and white, and black marble. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance.
So it's a big party, it's a banquet. All of the kings and the rulers of the province is coming here to come celebrate this. Yeah? Everybody coming. It's a big thing going on. The king ordered a big banquet, for a better word, right? So everybody coming. Very key to note here. Very key to note. Read.
And royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house, that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also, Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the woman in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
So Vashti is the queen. She made a feast in the house as well for the women. You understand? So the women are coming to, Vashti's side of the courts and all of that stuff. Read.
On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Arbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zathar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look.
So she's a pretty woman. You get me? So the king get the chambermaids and say, yo, listen, go and get the queen. Yeah? Let the whole world see how beautiful my queen is. But you see that? But you follow it? Read.
For she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment.
Oh. So the king sent for his wife. And what she do? She refused to do that. She refused to come. I don't know. Time of the month, she don't know they did something. Who knows? God knows. Why is she not coming? Right? Who knows? Read.
Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Stop right there for me, please. Now, why would the king be upset about that? Can anybody tell me? What? I'm embarrassed. It's an embarrassment. You send for your wife and she don't come? Yeah? It's an embarrassment. But it's not just an embarrassment just to him like that, where we can absorb it like that. It's an embarrassment because why? Is someone, everybody there? Everybody witness to this now. Read.
Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. And the next unto him was Karshna, Shathar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsna, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom.
So them see the king's face. So them know something up with the king now. Listen to this. Read.
What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law, because she had not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains? And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen had not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
No man, she not just offend just the king, It's an offense to the whole kingdom. We're talking about at the top of Africa, the whole of Africa go right down back, down to India. That's the kingdom. She offend the entire kingdom. Listen to this, read.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
Read that again.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
So what they were worried about is that all women will hear what the queen did. I want to do the same thing. All women are gonna hear that the queen disobeyed the king and is gonna do the same thing. That's what they were worried about. To let you know that, listen, they understood then at the time of the power that a woman carried. That, you know, and I spoke about this on the Sabbath. I'm like, listen, check it. Your children will deal with the father how them say. The mother operate with the father. So if you have children and your children watching the mother disrespect, disobey, and have no time or tolerance for the father, the man, then the children are going to want to do the same. Talk to him the same. I've seen it a million times. I've seen it over and over again where a wife don't respect or honor her husband, especially in public, and the children believe that they can talk to the husband and do the same thing. So they're looking at it and saying, yo, if she can do that, when the other women hear that, what then? What are we going to have on our hands? It's going to be a problem. That's why women have to understand them role, them position, and above all, the power they have as it relates to building a nation, as it relates to honoring a husband. You understand? Pause this for a minute here, sir. Get me 1 Peter 3, pick up at 1.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word...
Wives, sisters, listen to how powerful this is. It says, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word. That means if there's a woman out there that don't obey the word of God, right? Don't obey it, you know. She don't follow the word of God. Listen to what happened. Read.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
They also may without the word be won. One, W-O-N. Not O-N-E, you know. W-O-N. One. To win. That they might be won by the conversations of the wives. So, when a woman out there that don't obey the word observes a woman that does obey the word, and how she operates, her conversations, her demeanor, her posture towards her husband, that can win her over to the good side. Take her from the dark side to the light. She can become a Jedi, those of you who watch Star Wars. You understand me? She can, that's how powerful a woman's demeanor is. A woman's attitude towards her husband. How powerful that she, just by her being humble, submissive to her husband, when another woman sees it, she'll be like, what's going on here? They can be won by the conversations of the wives. Keep reading.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
While they behold the chaste conversation coupled with fear. Now, the opposite of this is also true. If you have a woman that's vulgar and out there and gossipy and a busybody, she can also turn the other women into what? Gossips, busybodies, harlots. You understand me? Like I give you an example, a cultural example that I have been exposed to growing up. If you go Kingston or downtown the market, right? And you see sometimes all them women sit down and all them talk, and the things they talk about, it's like you're listening to porn. No, I'm not joking. It's a real thing. That's what happened. You're listening to some conversations that's it's crass, it's vulgar, it's just outright, it's filth. So the women have to understand the powers that they have, that how them operate, what it can do. You understand me? That's why I like when I'm in Jamaica, I like going street preaching with the women. I like bringing them out. Why? Because them come out, them in them dress, them have them hair covered, and people see it and it's like, what? Because normally when they hear about Israelites or Hebrew Israelites or our church, them things our church have our foot in the woman them neck, which is not the truth. You understand me? A lot of the operation in the background for it to operate and run and the church to run. Guess who doing it? Women. Like this building. So I couldn't do this. On my line arc.
No, it's true.
Like it's alright. Sorry, let me rephrase it. Not couldn't, but didn't. You get me? Kind of other things out there that I can focus on and do. You understand me? Not supposing to love a wife that they're just rebellious. Oh, man, I don't. Do it yourself. Imagine that. Imagine a wife that says, oh, man, I do that. Come up in a small building. The girl that come do it himself. Imagine that. You understand me? So the women have a power within the earth, within the church, that they have to understand that. You understand? No, Babylon fully understand the power of the women in them. So them corrupt the woman against the man. Because they understand that if we get to the women then it's over for them. It's done. Because we're going to corrupt the woman and then she in turn will corrupt the children and then we're going to deal with one big cycle of corruption. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, I've observed it. So when the Bible said that, it says likewise, verse 1 says, likewise you wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Women, wives, can win people over based on how them talk. I remember when I met Elder Ricard, and Matthew sat down speaking, and his wife came over and said, excuse me, Elder, and excuse me, and she said something and then she left. And then I looked at him and I thought that was your wife. And he was, yeah, that's my wife. I said, wife? Like, wow, amazing. I have never seen that before. You understand me? It just, it drew my attention. Like, wow, what's going on here? You get me? And it was something that it was overbearing, that, oh, it was, you know, the man that, no man, it was just how she came, she realized he was talking and she asked, you know, excuse me, elder, elder, not even babe, elder, you get me, like, wow. You understand what I'm saying? Women have that power to do that, to win people over by how they operate. Because when a man look at another man, men, brothers, look at a man and see a brother with a wife in subjection, I'm like, yo, I could do with that. I could have that in my life. You understand? Men look at these things. Men observe that. So when you go up, let me get some more points out of this one. So, keep reading for me, please.
Verse 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair.
So it says, whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of the hair. So we're not adoring the women then. We're not admiring them because of how them hair look. This is not telling you that you can't plait your hair. I hear pastors break this down and say you can't plait your hair based on this. No man, it's saying that let me not adore her because of how her hair look. That's not why we're adoring this woman. Read.
And the wearing of gold.
And her wearing gold, and say, oh, you can't wear gold because the Bible said that. It's not talking about that. You get me? It's you looking at a woman and you say, oh, she's nice because her hair look good. Or, oh, she look nice because she got nice jewelry on. It's saying that's not what her adoring should be. That's not why we should adore her. We should adore her because of what? Read.
or a putting on of apparel,
Or putting on of garments, come on.
but let it be the hidden man of the heart.
So her adorning should be the hidden man of the heart. It's what coming out of her mouth. That's why we should admire her. Her speech. She come, ha ha. Why? You know, hey, I have something to tell you. That's it. No. What the hell is that? You get me? It's what's coming out of our mouth. We should be admired. The hidden one of the heart. Come on, read.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. The ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Now, yo, she does. The Bible tells you, man. The Bible tells you, better you live on the rooftop than with a quarrelsome or contentious woman. Everything is an argument. Even when it's for her benefit. Meek and a quiet spirit. Read.
Even the ornament of a meek and a quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price.
Come on.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
And being in subjection to their own husband. Read.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham. So the elder here is making a comparison between Sarah and how Sarah treated her husband. Read.
Calling him Lord.
She called him Lord. Lord. Imagine that. Imagine your wife referring to you as my Lord. My Lord. Yes, my Lord. My King. Imagine that. Imagine the boys in from work around by the house one night and wife come in with a tray of food and say, my Lord, are you okay? My King. Are you hungry, my grace? Can you imagine that? And the brother and they're like, oh wow. Yo, what? You understand me? What church are you again? What church? Where are you? Where church are you again, brother? That's what happened. Because people looking, people observing. And man and woman, I don't care what anybody wants to say, the Bible confirms it. Man and woman is the invisible image of the Godhead. Romans 1:20 says, for the invisible things of him are clearly seen and understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead. So if you have a woman and a man in harmony, in sync with each other, that's the image of God on earth. That's the image of the Most High on earth. So it's able to win people over to be by being in that optic, in that visual where people look at you and go, wow, oh my goodness. They don't argue, it's no contention. You with me? And guess what, yo, she loves him. Wow, oh my God. But God, that's another thing. That is like a couple that love each other. That's believe it or not, that's like a rarity around here. When you see them agree together and them actually love each other. And I'm not talking this fool puppy love something, you know. I'm talking the real love. You understand me? Excuse me. Yeah, hello? Yes. Oh gosh. Sorry. So this is the unison the Bible referring to here when the Bible said that they can be won over by the conversations of the wives. It's saying here so that Sarah called Abraham Lord. Keep reading for me, huh?
Calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
Whose daughters you are. You are the daughters of Sarah and Abraham. Am I lying? No, that's who you are. Jump back over to Esther for me, please.
Coming back to Esther chapter 1 verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
Come on, this deed that Vashti did, is when come up the women and they see it and start want to emulate it. Why you think they put programs on TV like Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop and Love Island and all these other BS programs out there? Why you think they're doing it? Why? As it says, it's a program. So our women are watching these programs and thinking that this is how it should be. This is life. And I can talk to my king, I can talk to my head. I can go around, I can sleep around with as many men I want to do. And not just men, women, men also. Like a man can go out and he can be a whoremonger and he can do all sorts of foolishness. It's a program. A program in your life. You understand? Sorry. You understand, right? It's a program. So these men here were so concerned that if this got out, that the queen disrespected the king like that it would become an issue now. It would become an issue amongst the kingdom that the queen disrespected the king. Read.
So that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported, the king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Yeah, when it will be reported amongst them that the king bringing him wife and she refused. Read.
Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much content and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
Yeah, man, so she just because I disrespected the king, them say, oh, listen up, make it be a royal command that she can't come before your eyes anymore, one, and her royal estate, let it be given to somebody else more worthy. That's how serious it was. Everybody see that? So anyways, we're going to skip a chapter here. Go to chapter 3 for me.
Book of Esther chapter 3 verse 1.
So at this point in time, the king got rid of Vashti, and Esther is now in place of Vashti as as the king's queen. Read.
After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
So Xerxes promoted Haman the Agagite. So when you trace the lineage of the Agagites, these are a branch family of the Edomites, which is I think it's Amalek. I think can come from. Read.
Verse 2, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
So Mordecai an Israelite, never paid reverence to a man. Him say not about a man. Alright, read.
Verse 3. That the king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, Why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone.
So when him see Mordecai not bowing to him, not reverencing him like everybody else said because the king said, then he started to build up some indignation towards Mordecai. What if it did? Read.
And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
So in such a get us in, let us kill everybody. Now, if you know the history, there's history with the Israelites and the Agagites. There's history. There's beef. Saul was told to kill all of them. David was told to kill all of them. There's beef between them. Yeah? There's a history going on here between these people. So he knows also. He knows that, yo, we need to get rid of these people. Because it's not just going to be him that don't want to, it's going to be all of them right throughout the province that's not going to want to comply. Read.
Verse 7. In the first month, that is the month of the sun, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pure, that is the lot, for Haman from day to day, and from month to month, the 12th month, that is the month of Adar.
So whenever you see the Bible and it says to cast lots, it means they took a vote. They're voting on something. They cast lots. Alright, go on.
Verse 8. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, There is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom.
So Haman now is going to the king and said, there's a certain people, that they're all right throughout the province. Read.
And their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
So I'm like, yo, these people don't even keep the king's laws. So why waste time with them? Why suffer them? Read.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasury.
So he said, I will even pay. I will put money into the king's treasury for anybody who takes on this business to destroy these people. Do you know that the things like in America, I don't know if they have it here, like the Planned Parenthood, do you know people actually go there and pay money? Yeah. How do you think them get the money to do it? People pay.
Big money.
Big money.
I mean, the organ, the fetus research, all of that, that's big money. It's a big business for them.
Big money. So we're looking at things that we see going on even to this day. Read.
Verse 10. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. And the king said unto Haman, The silver is given to thee, the people also, to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language. In the name of King Ahasuerus was it written, and sealed with the king's ring.
So, right away them start to write what? Legislations, laws, executive orders, quote unquote. Written and sealed by the king, with the king's seal. To do what? Read.
Verse 13. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces, to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
So kill them and take what them have. And this is the king writing it, coming from the king's legislators. So I said to people that when you read the Bible, this is the king is the government, no? It government writing in laws to kill people is nothing new. Someone said to me, tell me something, you really believe, said the government would write a vaccine or make a vaccine to kill the people then? I'm going to say, yes. No man. You believe that? I'm going to say, but I don't know, it's not hard to believe. You can witness it. I'm not make it up. The government writing the law, legislation that they're going to run an experiment on the people and give them an experimental drug. Why? Because a rich guy said he want to run it. A rich guy by the name of Bill Gates, alright? Said, yo, who pay the government? Who pay you the government that we are able to do this? And the king or whoever say, yeah, the presidents or whoever say, yeah, man. And the leaders them that oppose that got murdered.
But that's a concept throughout the whole Bible. I mean, throughout the whole
Bible,
from the beginning,
you see Pharaoh, Nebuchadnezzar. It's always been government,
Aaron and Christ.
and it's crazy because it's the people of God today have not made that connection. They trust in the government. They feel like the government has their best favor, it's looking out for them. But the reality is that when we look in the Bible, tyranny has always come from government, right? And kingships.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient and gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
No man, that's government. They say, let us oppress the poor righteous man. That's government doing this thing. So here it is, we're reading in Esther that the king of Persia is saying, yeah man, write it in, get it signed and sealed, and send it throughout the province. Send it all the way down. Put it on the ravens them and send them out. If it was today, it would be an email or a text.
They have the same advisors.
Yeah?
Notice.
Same people that are advising government today is the same people that are advising the government during this time.
The Jewish people. Yeah, same people. I must say, you're looking at it and you're seeing it. You can see it today, happening today. Go ahead, read.
Verse 14. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, that they should be ready against that day. The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree
was... The post went out, being hastened. That means it was a quick thing. Quick. Send them out now. Read.
The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan, the palace, and the king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city Shushan was perplexed.
All right. So let's jump over to the 4th chapter.
Esther chapter 4, verse 1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and a bitter cry.
So Mordecai realized, them send out a decree to kill the whole nation of Israel. He put on sackcloth, rent him clothes, and then start to cry. Read.
Verse 2. And came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth.
Go ahead.
And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was a great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai. and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not.
So, when she sent the clothes for him, he said, no, I don't want the clothes. What the clothes are going to do for me? Read.
Then called Esther for Hathach, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. So Hathach went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them. Also, he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go into the king, or unto the king, to make supplication unto him. And
So she said, so him say, yo, you need to go talk to your husband. Go and go show this to your husband and talk to him and make him know, say, yo, we can't, this is not right. Read.
to make supplication unto him, and to make request before him for her people. And Hathach came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spake unto Hathach, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come into the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live, that I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days. And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
So when Hathach come and tell Esther, Esther said, well, listen, if anybody go in front of the king without being summoned, is that death sentence? Plus, the king not called me for 30 days. So when Mordecai heard this, Mordecai like, yo, tell Esther, say, yo, don't think say you go and be safe in the king's house. Because as soon as them done kill everybody, are you the man kill next? Read.
Verse 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall there enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
And who knows if this was the reason why you're in with the king? Who knows? Say if this is the reason why the Most High positioned you to be here, to save the people, and who knows? Go ahead.
Verse 15. Then Esther bade them return Mordecai the answer. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day.
What's that, Prophet?
Oh, there's something key, because you just said that and it just triggered something in my head. The fact that it was for this specific reason she was put in that position. And that just shows you, because a lot of times people talk about the story of Purim and they say they don't see God working in this story. Right? I've heard that from a few people. And the reality is that there's nothing by chance. Right? The first wife had to do what she had to do in order for Esther to be able to have that position to one day save her people. It's no different than why the Most High sent Joseph to Egypt, that one day he would be there to save his people. So, she was faced with that opportunity, being put in that position. She was faced with a situation where she could have choose her life, or save her life, say nothing, and jeopardize her people dying. But I always think about Christ when Christ says, for whoever shall save his life shall lose his life.
But think about that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think with a lot of our people, even like now you bring the truth to them. And some people, because they're comfortable now, you can't give them the word now. Because they're comfortable. Things going good, the job good, everything nice. You with me? We're going 2-3 holidays a year. Come on, brother. You really think that the government looking to stop this? Some people can't hear it because when they examine them lives, they're like, no man, I'm good. Not realizing that you're not going to be good for long, Because it's a matter of time before it come knocking on your door. So when you have a community that's ridden with drugs and violence, and because where you are right now is safe, don't think that it's going to stay like that for long, because the minute them finish here, so they're going to turn to you. So you can't be, you have to be able to can see 5, 10, 15 steps ahead of what's coming or what's happening. So like, in morning, like, yo, don't think that your house is safe because you're in the king's house. You know? Don't think that for a minute. And that's the thing that a lot of people right now looking for their own. They're looking out for themselves. They're not looking out collectively. And like you said, yeah man, Christ said, whoever seek his life will lose it. Go on, read.
Chapter 4, verse 16. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
If I die, I die. Remember that movie there? If he dies, he dies. Which movie? Rocky. Come on, that's all right. I mean, I don't watch Rocky. Come on, guys. Come on, huh? Come on. If he dies, he dies. Big scene. Well, I'm an 80s baby, if you never know. We grew up in the real movies. None of this soft movie going on right now. We grew up when movies and men were men. You understand? And when you go training and you put on the old Rocky, all right, so let's go to chapter 5 real quick.
Chapter 5. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter.
So him see her, and immediately, because normally, if him see her, she come to the court without his summoning her, and she die. But him see her and like, yo, she look nice. Scepter out, please. Come babe, come scepter. Happy to see her, you know what I'm saying? She found favor in his eyes. Read.
Verse 3. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be even given thee to the half of the kingdom.
Babe, what you need? You know, happy to see her. She look royal. Anything you need. Half of the kingdom are your own. Anyways, yeah, anything. Just name it. Read.
And Esther answered, If it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
Or verse 1.
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
Then the king said, Cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther had said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, What is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Then answered Esther and said, My petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said.
Go ahead.
Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart.
So that was, we get the request. Her request is that Haman and the king come to the banquet that she's prepared. Alright? So check Haman now. Guess what Haman doing now? Read.
Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai.
So when Haman see Mordecai and say, yo, a boy, every time he see a boy, he won't even move. Everybody get up and salute and, you understand? It's like you see them have a high general and then they would, you know? Mordecai see Mordecai like, yeah, well, my God. And him upset about that. Him upset to this man, now salute him or, you understand me? I get up and give him the Hail Hitler or whatever. Him not getting it. him upset about it. Read? Pride. We call this pride. Read?
Verse 10. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sent and called for his friends.
Never listening, never. It's like him see it, but he just never say nothing about it. He that boy, yo. No, it can't be a Jamaican story. He's bloody rude, ain't he? British aristocrat, yeah. More voice with it firm. He's bloody chap. He's rude. He's insolent. Anyway, keep him calm. Come on, go on.
He sent and called for his friends and Zeresh, his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children and all the things wherein the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king. Haman said, moreover, Yea, Esther, the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself.
So, he started telling his wife, say, yeah, you know, say, the queen I make a banquet. You know, the queen, she's doing a banquet. And she said, only I and the king are allowed to enter. Oh, the English accent, alright? Yeah. So that he's saying that you know, he's bragging that the king only wants him, and the queen only wants him and the king to enter the banquet. I'm telling the story. Go ahead.
And tomorrow am I invited unto her also with the king. Yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate.
So say, oh, listen, but all of this, it means nothing because of that monkey. Yeah, can you imagine the slur he's using because of him? Read verse 1.
Verse 14.
Go ahead.
This verse. Then said Zeresh his wife and all his friends unto him, Let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king.
Some wife say, oh babe, listen, let's just make a gallows, let's hang him. You don't like him, let's hang him. Read.
Let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high.
And brothers, that's why you have to know the wife where you chose. Because you're an idiot, you're not problem. Because all the wife have to do that, I said, but babe, you have everything, who care about him? Take your eye off of him. But you have to encourage him now to say, no man, you can build a girl to kill him. You understand me? Another thing with women have to be able to can stop her. If she see her husband go a certain way, if she say, babe, no man, forget about that man. Look at all the riches that you have. Look at everything what you have, what the king give you and blessing you. You understand me? Why you want to go? Why one man? Why one man stopping you right now? Why? Go ahead.
Let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go thou in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made.
Yeah, man, build a gallows, I'll kill the boy tomorrow. Read. Verse chapter 6.
Chapter 6, verse 1. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on the king Ahasuerus. And the king said, What honor and dignity had been done to Mordecai?
So some people have a plot to lay hands on the king. So it was written in the Chronicles. So when you start to read it now, and the king hear about it, the king's like, oh wait, what happened to this man? What honor did this man get for basically saving the king's life? Read.
And the king said, What honor and dignity had been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, There is nothing done for him.
Nothing about him to him. It's a good deed. Read.
And the king said, Who was in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him.
So Haman comes into the king's court to tell the king, say, we need to kill Mordecai. When the king couldn't sleep all night, heard about Mordecai and wanted now to some reward, recompense to come to Mordecai.
That was for him.
We're going to find out there, so read.
Verse 5. And the king's servant said unto him, Behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, Let him come in.
And the king said, Let him come in. Read.
So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, What shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor?
So some say, yo, suppose the king of Haman they want honor. What would be like that, man? What would be good for that man? Read.
What shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor? Now Haman thought to his heart, or in his heart, To whom would the king delight to do honor more than to
I
myself?
say, yo, me the king I got honor. Me the king want honor. What? The king asked me. You listen to him tell the king. Read.
Verse 7. And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king useth to wear.
Yo, the king said the royal apparel. Say, you know the man of a bad man, I watch your clothes and then so on. Yeah, I know to the king clothes him, I watch him. Make him send the royal apparel. Read.
And the horse that the king rideth upon.
The king carry the man want to. The king bike, you know. The man want the king ride. Read.
And the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let this apparel and horse.
The crown the man want.
But that shows
What was on his heart?
Exactly.
He wanted to be king.
He wanted to be
He
king.
wanted to supplant him. He wanted the people to see him riding as the king, so that when he eventually supplanted the king, right?
The tongue manifests the activities of the thinking, you get me? Read.
Verse 9. And let this apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal whom the king
So
delighted to
listen,
honor.
let the horse and the apparel be delivered to a nobleman, a prince noble, and let the prince noble come and anoint this man that the king delighted in, so everybody can see it. Read.
And bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighted to honor. Then the king said to Haman, make haste, and take the apparel and the horse, as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew.
Just imagine the face. To who? Who? Wait, hey. Oh, hold on, king. Hold up. Who for this too? So the man them have in their heart, they want to kill is who the king with the most high. Influence him couldn't sleep. The most high make him couldn't sleep and make all of this chronic, what's the word? Chronolize. And then read about it. And you see, you have to be careful sometimes, you know, the evil that you wish on people, because that same evil will actually fall back on your head. You have to be very careful of that. That's why all the time people say they're not good for say. I say nothing at all. You understand me? Because you don't know, say you probably try to go against somebody who the most at night. And them say, who God bless? No man can curse. So imagine you are trying to kill a man with God bless. Eh? Imagine the situation that you find yourself in right now. If you come up against the hands of God. That's not really one nice place to be, you know. Read. Verse 11, I think.
Verse 11, go on. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning and having his head covered. And Haman told Zeresh his wife and all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh his wife unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him. And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlains, and hasted to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared. Chapter 7. So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we have been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he?
Who do this? Be a who want to hurt your people? Who? Who would I want to do that? Read.
Who is he, and where is he? that durst presume in his heart to do so. And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the palace of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was.
So when Haman realized, Haman run into Esther's chamber to go plead to her in her room. So the king come catch him in her room. Read.
Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
So the way you're going to force the queen as well. You're going to rape the queen as well in my house. Read.
As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
Right there with them bugging. As the words come out of their mouth, black ups come and bug him as they come with us. Read.
Verse 9. And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai.
Haman made a gallows for Mordecai as well, you know. Read.
Who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon.
Hang him. String him up. Read.
So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified.
Jump down to chapter 9 for me, please.
Chapter 9, verse 1. Now in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary that the Jews had rule over them that hated them, the Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king of Ahasuerus, to lay hand on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people. And all the rulers of the provinces, and the lieutenants, and the deputies, and officers of the king helped the Jews, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them. For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out through all the provinces. For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword, and slaughter, and destruction, and did what they would unto those that hated them. And in Shushan, the palace the Jews slew, and destroyed 500 men. And Parshandatha, and Delphan, and
Jump down to verse 10.
all right. The 10 sons of Haman, the sons of Hammedatha, the enemy of the Jews slew they, but on the spoil laid they not their hand. And on that day the number of those that were slain in Shushan the palace was brought before the king. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace. And the 10 sons of Haman, what have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is thy petition, and it shall be granted thee? Or what is thy request further, and it shall be done? Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow, also according to this day's decree, and let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. And the king commanded it to be done. And the decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month of Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan. But on the prey they laid not their hand. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together, and stood for their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 70 and 5,000. But they laid not their hands on the prey. On the 13th day of the month Adar, on the 14th day of the same rested they, and made it a day of feasting and gladness.
That's what we're doing now. 13th and 14th day of the month Adar. We're doing that right now. Go on.
Verse 18. But the Jews that were at Shushan assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th day thereof. And on the 15th day of the same they rested, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the villages that dwelt in the unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month Adar a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another.
Sending portions one to another. That's where the gifts come from. So that's what we're commemorating right now, of how Esther saved when Esther and her uncle Mordecai saved the children of Israel. Yeah? Read on.
Verse 20. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor.
Jump down to verse 26.
26. Wherefore they called these days Purim, after the name of Pure. Therefore, for all the words of this letter, and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them, and upon their seed, and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year.
That's what we're doing right now, everybody. For those of us who don't know. It's a quick story of Purim and why we remember it every year. You understand me? So when you read it, anybody can say that the Most High not involved in this? Here's the Most High.
I mean, even when Esther got the dream, Mordecai got the dream before all of this played out, the Most High was showing him everything, right? But I just want to read this quick, 2 seconds, because I know people are hungry right now. I want to break, eat some food, performance, and all of that, so let me just do this quick. And you read it as well, just touching on the essence of what this day is. This is chapter 16 in the Apocrypha 21:22. It says, "For the Almighty God has turned to joy unto them the day wherein the chosen people should have perished. Ye shall therefore among your solemn feasts keep it as a holy day." So a day that was meant for destruction became a day of salvation, right? And we know that once again, they're also looking, we're facing this time where they have picked a day for destruction to destroy us. But we have to understand that the Most High will turn that day into salvation, right? And that's what this story, the essence of the story is really about. A day that was meant to be a day that we were supposed to be destroyed became a day of deliverance, right? So, we always got to reflect on that, especially understanding the time we are, because once again, the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. What was done will be done. So we understand that once again, the Most High will save us, regardless of them making this plan to destroy the people of God.
That's why I was saying earlier, talking to the brother earlier, because people looking at what's going on right now, right? And sometimes I think we get caught up more time. We get caught up with geopolitics. Yeah? And I was saying to somebody that I said, yo, listen, whose kingdom is it now? Whose? It's their kingdom. You get me? This is when our kingdom starts. Go to Revelation for me real quick. Give me Revelation 19, pick up at verse 11. This is our kingdom. Yeah? This is when our kingdom starts. Remember this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11.
Go ahead.
"And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True."
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. So we see heaven open up, and a man sat on a white horse breaking the heavens. Read.
"And in righteousness he doth judge and make war."
So he's coming back to what? Judge and make war. Read.
"His eyes were as a flame of fire,
Red eyes, come on.
and on his head were many crowns."
And on his head was many crowns. The crowns represent the kingdoms of the earth. He's not coming back to negotiate with this kingdom or that kingdom or that kingdom. He's coming back to take the kingdom, to take all of them. He's an austere man. That garment wearing never sword. The Bible tells us that. So he's going to come back to in righteousness to judge and make war. That's when our kingdom starts. So I ask them, whose kingdom is it now? So we can't get caught up in what we see going on, what they're doing in their kingdom. If Trump wants to go to Venezuela and invade it, that's his problem. If Ukraine wants to fight Russia, that's their problem. Our kingdom starts when Christ breaks the atmosphere. So what we have to do in the meantime, until that happens, is stay vigilant with what's going on, draw near to Christ, clean up our houses. You understand me? Because it says in righteousness, he's going to judge and make war. Read.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Come on.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
And he was clothed in a vesture dripped in blood. Why is he dripped in blood? Get me Isaiah 63 real quick. Why is he dripped in blood? Read. Well,
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
who is it that coming from Edom in dyed garments from Bozrah? Come on.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Come on.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel,
Why are you red in your apparel? Why is he red? Read.
and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
And your gums look like somebody that was treading in the wine fat. So if you know how they make grape wine, they stand on the wine. Some garments, the splashback of the grapes. Read.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
That's why his vesture is dripped in blood. Read.
For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
There you go. So our kingdom don't start. This world is not given to us until he breaks the atmosphere. So when I look around and I see this one happening with that, and I'm like, all right, cool. It gives even more sign, more revelation to me that my kingdom is coming with Christ. So I don't get caught up with them. It gives me more confirmation that, yeah man, I have to get it right. I have to sort out my own, seek my own soul salvation and fear and tremble, and sort out my own house. So that I am ready, that when he comes, he can say, all right, good job. Stand to the back, fall in line. You understand me? So we can't let Babylon get us caught up with them system and them plan. We have to know that the Most High have a plan for us. Because in gathering the elect to the elect, the remnant, only a remnant of us can go through this, you know. So we have to make ourselves worthy and our election sure. You understand me? Every day above ground is an opportunity to repent, to get it right, to set it right. We get together on the Sabbath and holy convocation. We have to deal with it as such. We have any art against our brother, we feel away against our brother, some little offense, whatever the case is. Yo, go and go sort out the offense. Work it out. Because I have some people that offended for years and not said nothing. And they're, hi, how you doing? Shabbat shalom, brother. Can't stand it. You understand me? So it's no, we have to get it right. We have opportunity right now to get these things right. You see? Check it. No. Check this out. I have, and this is from me, from like a personal perspective, a personal point. I have formed relationships within this church, right? With people that I regard as family. Not just friends, you know. Family. You get me? Now, as you know, and we all know, family don't always agree. Family have disagreements. Family, it's not every day, you understand me? You have the days when you get me, but at the end of the day, a family. Would I sell out my family? No, man. Not even my friend them I sell out, never mind. My family? No. So, what I realize with a lot of our people is that you believe that if you disagree with something or you have a disagreement, that is now sufficient for us now to become enemies. When, brother, we have a world of people out there We have an entire world out there that's against us. So why, because me and you have a disagreement now, I must now turn venom? You understand me? Judas upset because the boss tell him, say, yo, Lord, the woman, man, but the woman rub my foot, I'm cool. I'm offended by that. You understand me? And the Bible tells us that the end man, the love of many going to walk school, and many of us can betray one another. So we have to continually examine that amongst us. And we say, no, man, we have a group of brothers them, in the UK. We've been there from the beginning. You get me? As a matter of fact, I was the last brother to get there. They were there before me. And we laugh, we fight, we have disagreements, but at no point in time I ever doubted the love of these brothers. At no point in time I ever doubted the love of these brothers, even if we disagreed. Don't mean nothing, man, because we disagree, people have disagreements all the time. Does that mean no? Does that mean all the time that we spend together now, we now hate each other now? Come on, man, grow up, man. Get over it. Get over it. Nothing in life works like that. Nothing is foolishness. Because you have a boss and you work for, you don't like him, but every morning you're around there, hi. And some poor worker what you don't like, and every day, hey, how you doing? How was your week? Anything interesting? Like, come on, man. Give me a break with it. Please. And people come to the, and I honestly believe it, people come to the church and believe that when they come to the church, things are not going to be perfect. It is not perfect. It can't be. The only time it ever perfect is when Christ comes. We most have obstacles. When you read the first century records, right, at the church, when you read the book of Clement and all that, they never all agreed. There were doctrinal things that some of them never believe certain things. But guess what they do? They come together and them say, yo, here we are going. The most important thing is that we cannot distort the people and the gospel. Regardless of what we believe. Regardless of where we come from. They agreed that, they knew that. So some people come to the church and think, so well, the church, it's perfect, and once they come to the church, everything will run good and smooth. No, man. The disciples then, they were hunted down by the government to kill them. Christ said to them, say, oh, you know something? The whole town over dead because of me, He told them. So, people come to the truth now and think that because they start going through little hardship or little topsy-turvy sometimes, then all of a sudden it's not the truth now and all that. For the life of me, I can't get that. And no, this is no slight or no disrespect to anybody who came from a church background. No, but I'm glad the Most High never put me in that system because it's because I never know what church is. I don't have an expectation of a church, if that makes any sense. You get me? I never come from a church background. I never go Sunday church like that. So I don't come to the gathering of Christ Church and then expect because I'm not feeling that thank you Jesus, pray for me. Because you understand me? Because me not feel that vibe there. Or me not get that, then something is wrong. No, man.
Even that's not perfect itself. Even that.
That's the point I'm making. Even that system isn't perfect. You understand what I'm saying? So, no, you hear the thing about this, how I look at it. This is me speaking by my observation, right? It's like the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, right? When they came out of Egypt, it was mass problems, Because why? They had learned the ways of Egypt. So because they were so into Egyptian ways and customs and culture, when they came together, they had to now shed that to then follow the God of Israel. That's why it was easy for them to build the calf. That's why Moses sat there for days doing councils. And if Jethro never come and say, oh, my you idiot? No, don't do that. You have to set up rank and statute and order where the lesser matters them can get dealt with by your officers them and so on and so forth. And then you can weigh in on the heavier matters. Like what them would have right now, you have petty court, you have, you have small arbitration where people go and do little things outside our court. But the major matters, then bring it before the Supreme Court or what have you. You with me? It's the same thing. Your Christo-Judaic society is based off of the Bible. And when you read the letters that Paul was writing to the churches, is the church having what? Problems. Some people believe, so well, you know, we're not going to follow this man or going to follow that man because I'm the man. And Paul have to write and say, brother, I never baptized in now, you know. Because I never said, you're not follow Paul. It happens. When you bring people in from different walks of life, from different circumstances, it's bound to clash. It's bound to clash, bound to happen. So we can make our differences known that we have in common from our different circumstances in the world, then no hinder us in our growth and our walk with the Most High. Because the devil wants us to have a problem with each other. The devil wants us to be unforgiving. So you can be, I used to live with the GOCC, you know, and Elder Gaja just don't have no manners. Yo, we get the party. Think it's joke. You understand me? Elder Gaja don't have no manners and you understand me? When Elder Gaja never mean that. Elder Gaja is serious sometimes when it comes to the work. When I work time. When if you put me outside and you want to talk about things outside of the work, of course. You understand me? I am one of the most laid back. Promise you. So laid back, I'm horizontal. Right? Promise you, one of the most laid back person you would ever come across. Ask my wife. Right? Ask her. She will tell you. But when it comes to the work, when I work time, when we come to the business of the Most High, we have to deal with it as the business. Because why? If we don't take it serious, if we don't take our thing serious, that is ours, you know, who is going to take it serious? If we don't have no discipline amongst us, amongst ourselves, because when it comes to go to work for Babylon, when it comes to the job, to anything, we have to show up. We did it early. Morning. How you doing, Stanley? Hi. No, but see, Mr. Israelite are police. Right? And them Israelite are police, Israelite are police. And them show up to the job. But then at church, it's half-hearted. I'm like, Papa, you know, when a Babylon word, no pun intended, you're up there with Babylon. But when it comes to us now, it's lacking. When it comes to dealing with our people, there's no forgiveness, there's no mercy, there's no compassion. As a man do something, oh, hey, you know what he did? You know what he said? He said that. Oh my God. But you go to work and your boss say, oh, go and make a cup of tea. Okay, sir, how many sugars? 2? Oh, sure, all right. And then they're going to ask you for politely need a friend. My wife tell me stories when she used to work and the boss her, smack her bum and them thing there. You get me? No. People put up with that things when it comes to work. But when it comes to our brethren, our brothers and sisters, our family, we have no patience. We have no mercy amongst us. We're not forgiving amongst each other. Why? Why is that? Why is it that we do that? We have to be long suffering with each other. We have to be merciful with each other. Are we not in need of mercy and forgiveness? Are we perfect? Am I that perfect that I would not offend a brother? The Bible says any man that don't offend with the tongue, the same is a perfect man. By hands of perfect people, please. Big man, get ready to start escort people out of the building. By hands, perfect people, please let me see them. Who is perfect? No man, the whole of we are filthy rags and in need of Christ. Yeah? You have to remember that, man. You have to remember, sir, we have a God. After I say, alright, let's kill them. We have a God that could have said, yo, here, man, let's kill them. Don't worry about it, Christ. We're going to go back to each other and go. Now let's build some new people. Let's get rid of that. You understand, man? That he was merciful and say, yo, here, what happened? We have to redeem them. And then send him son. And say, we have to redeem them. And when his son come, them start to spit at him. You get me? Remember, you know, when you remember, you know, Christ is the part of the power that God did that made everything that we're looking at him. And him come on him own creation, deny him, you know, spit at him, ridicule him, and put him to death, start to kill him. And him still say, Father, yo, forgive them. They don't even know what they might do. So why is it that we have no compassion on each other or mercy with each other? Why is it that we are so thin-skinned and easily offended?
Good question.
Sorry?
Very good question.
Why? Come on, man. You have to man up. Tough up. Anyways, Holly, happy feast of Purim. Thank you for having me. And also, Elder Rakar asked me, please, to just apologize to everybody and him not being able to come over and saying that, yo, we're going to look for, I think he said it, the first fruits. And him say, yo, that we're going to do it and we're going to do it big. Alright? So, first fruits coming up not about 8 weeks or so. So hopefully, weather will be a little bit better. Hopefully it's a lot better. Yeah? And we can do something together, we can do something nice and touch the road and all of these wonderful things, yeah? Alright, family, enough love, thank you for having me here, alright? Happy Feast of Purim. Deacon, over to you.
Alright. We're going to just close off with one song, and while we close off with one song, we're going to assemble. Hospitality is going to come on out, because I know everyone's pretty hungry right now. So we'll make sure everyone we eat. Performers, please make sure you join the line early, because while people are eating, we're kind of going to do it like, what do you call it again? Club style, not club style, open mic, right? So performances will be happening while we're eating our food and whatnot, and then after that we'll have time to move the chairs to the side and free up and dance and do what we like if you feel motivated.
Come here, you go up there and I'll find it.
right, Shemai family. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Aquats and Ocums. Family, we have a little performance here. Gonna have a poetry, a poem, and then an ASL signing. All right, so let's show the future of Israel some attention, okay? Show them your respect and some attention, please, fam.
So today I will be doing as a poem with my brother Noah, and the poem is called Purim, and as you see, I'm just like Esther. So I hope you enjoy it.
Esther was brave. Esther was kind. Queen of the palace, strong in her mind. Haman was mean. Haman made plans. Mordecai warned her, help your own clan. Esther fasted. She prayed first. Knew going to the king could be the worst. She walked in quiet. She stood up tall. If the king said no, that could end it all. The king held out his golden rod. He listened close. That came from God. The truth came out. The bad plan fell. The Jews were saved. All's well. That's why we laugh. That's why we cheer. Purim reminds us, be brave, no fear.
This way.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Somebody over there.
All of yourself.
Mic check, mic check. Shalom, y'all. Happy Feast of Purim. The song we're doing is called Power. Power in the name of the Most High God. If you'd like, you can stand to your feet. If you feel comfortable sitting down, that's fine as well. Power in the name. Power in the name. Power in the name. Power in the name. Power in the name of the Most High God. Power in the name of the Most High God. Power in the name of the Most High God. Power in the name of the Most High
Let us bless the food, okay? Dear Heavenly Father, Ahaya Ahaya, we give thee thanks, O Father, for this holy gathering, O Father. We give thee praises in your name, O Father, for awakening Israel, O Father, and bringing them so that they can know about these feasts, O Father, and remember them, O Father. Remembering your Shabbats is a commandment, O Father, and we're blessed to be awake in these times, O Father. We want to thank you, Father, for the hands that prepared all the meals. We want to thank you, Father, for giving us the meals, O Father. May you bless them. May you bless us continually. In your Son, Yeshua's name. Amen.
All right. So we're going to kind of see, because I kind of see where this is going. We don't want to stampede. We don't want no one falling down the stairs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do tables. And I hate the table job. 3 minutes. All right, so we need a song for 3 minutes. Give me one song for 3 minutes. So this is what we're going to do. Since it's Purim, I'm going to draw lots. Give me some lots.
There's some people, there's some lots.
All right. So, you know, they said they need 3 minutes, right? We have my song, T? 3 minutes, please. We need 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I am. Go on. All right. So, I'm still debating on how to do this. You know, maybe I should ask questions about Purim to see who knows stuff about Purim to see if you want to eat. But I won't do that. No, we're not going to do that. So, because, you know, I consider myself to be a warrior and a general for Christ, and we understand that, you know, the battle is still ahead of us. This is more of a preparation. But as men, I believe that we fight this battle. And some men are going to disagree, but nonetheless, we fight for the children, for the women, for the mothers, right? I'm going to say the older. And with that being said, this is kind of how we're going to address the thing, right? Or we're going to address table picking. So let me look at the table with me. Let's start with the children. Which table? Because I probably need an assistant to know. So we're going to start with this table here. And then I see you smile at me. I like the smile, so we're going to work on this table here. After that, yeah. So then after that, we'll proceed with this table. And then we will follow by these last two, and then we're going to get everyone who's on the side as well to get on there, right? So let's get these two tables to line up first. Ox and High, let's keep the vibes going. Don't drop the beat. Don't drop the beat. Don't drop the beat. So we keep the vibes going.
has placed us at the front. It's not to be served. We are born from the east side, but don't try worship a higher in and out of season. When things look good and when they're not so pleasing, still I'm above the mission. I am sold out totally. Yes, I have paid the price for me. Now it's my destiny to be down into eternity. So bow down and worship, bow down and worship. Cause I'm a worship God, true worship God. That is why God is a blessing. Worship God, true worship God, worship Him. Some people say I'm a Christian, but when they check it out, half of them are fiction. Them they read, them they worship the big man. They only come around to show off them name brand. But just like the woman asked for Mary, higher is looking for true worshipers. So let me see your hands up if you know that your lifestyle worship. So bow down and worship, bow down and worship. My life is complete, my life is totally dedicated to you. Cause I'm a worship God, true worship God. That is what God is requesting. Worship God, true worship God. Worship God. To be a true worshiper, you have to be consistent. Worship God in and out of season. When things look good and when they're not so pleasing, still I'm above the mission. I am sold out totally. Yes, I have paid the price for me. Now it's my destiny to live for His into eternity. So bow down and worship, bow down and worship. could have never complain. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain. Watch out now. I take a look at life and I appreciate it. Yeah. Even when things don't seem to be going my way. I give thanks for the living of the most life bless me with. And then you have to work on living their life and live for it. But my life's so great, my life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain. No, I must get caught in the matrix. Reality I check, but I never take notice. Now your life is so hopeless. System shut down, leave the whole world in a chaos. I give thanks for simplicity. Now if I don't my ability to get good food and payment, and I give the most high praises. That my life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain, no. The greatest thing in life is to have good health and strength. And everything that you need will always fall in place. Once you have life and rather, don't forget to be thankful. Almost I am so grateful, grateful. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain with thanks and praise. Life's so great, I could have never complain. No. You see right now, I'm trying to come with them, young. I give thanks for life and I give thanks for living with them. No? The Bible said that a little bit of the poor man that was better than the rich and the wicked, you know? And I give thanks, see that? Most I have done. My life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain. Thanks and praise, life's so great. Life's so great, life's so great. I could have never complain. Give thanks and praise, life's so great. I could have never complain. No, life's so great. I could have never complain. Thanks and praise, life's so great. I could have never complain. Christ, listen up. Listen. Hey, you hold the world around right now, man. If you move it with your hands, split peace, it's possible with each and everyone, yes. Don't forget that say you weak, but there is strength in humility. I know you will have me. I'm not a fool in this funny. I also gonna look like silly Mr. Billy. Fool is wise in his own conceit, but wisdom is the principal thing. Although I'm stronger, still I make them feel so weak. The Bible said, blessed are the weak. Now find your witness, sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. I know I'm stronger, still I make them feel so weak. The Bible said, blessed are the weak. Now find your witness, sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. In this society, you are treated yes and what you possess. One good thing here is Mr. Nice and all the life is a mess. Yes, good things in the Most High, no partial, else a wretch like me would have been dead for certain. I want on my ways to please God, so I'm trying my best to do all His commands. Truly, not trying with them in iniquity, them all laugh off for me and say life too petty. But although I'm stronger, still I make them feel so weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek. Now find them with the sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. I know I'm stronger, still I make them feel so weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek. Now find them with the sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. To hold the world around right now, I have to move it. if it's possible with each and every one, yes. Not one more can't say you weak, but there is strength in humility, I know you will agree. Hey, answer not a fool in this folly, or else you're gonna look like silly Mr. Billy over. Fool is wise in his own conceit, but wisdom is the principal thing. I know I'm stronger, but still I make them feel very weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek, that's why they with no sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. I know I'm stronger, still I make them feel very weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek, that's why they with no sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. I know I'm stronger, still I make them feel very weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek, that's why they with no sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. I know I'm stronger, still I make them feel very weak. The Bible said, blessed are the meek, that's why they with no sticks and stones. Through the power of the Most High, we overcome. Yes.
The God of your father now speaks. I am the son to preach. Daily his people you whip, punish, and lash on whips. Daily your mothers did always sing about you. 400 years Egypt did good about you. God remembers. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, I am remembers. My children come near.
We just want to give you thanks right now for all that you've done. As we open our minds and our hearts and give you praise. You sent your son in this place. We marvel at you. He was persecuted. We marvel at ourselves in your grace. Here in this
and all my family members locally, yeah? Thank you again for having me, alright? Have a blessed peace. Shalom.
It's all God, this ain't no love. I used to be stuck in that love. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm yeah. It's all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that love. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm hey, down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I pitch you this out of the the park. Moving so quick, it's like they stuck apart. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours, he spent in the dirt. Putting in good work, even though he didn't need no good work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork. Do it for the love of it, that's why he should work, yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Yeah, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. It's all God, this ain't no love. I used to be stuck in that I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack and the Beanstalk. Jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and the mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put him back in the seat like a recline. Ayy, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Hanging from the bottom and I ride to the surface. Mind your business, now who I worship? Who the little guy making big, big, big moves? Tick-tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff. Probably thought it was a bluff till I went and turned it where I was down, but now I'm up. It's all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm blush, singing over me, talking to me, I'm blush. Singing over me, turn me to dust. With a verb, you filling my cup. You got a word that's picking me up. In the red letters, I'ma trust. Keep them blessings, I don't need the stuff. Way you loving on me is enough. Forget what you heard, it's really a rush. You got a word that's picking me up. Way you loving on me is enough. Singing over me, turn me to dust. Really a touch, tapping in with the Lord is a must. Really thought I was strong on my own. In reality, couldn't do much. In reality, really was stuck. Depression that had me to keep it a buck. If it wasn't for God by my side, I would be dead in a ditch in a rut. Now I'm resting in you, you ain't gotta go through too much. You already paid price to me, ain't gotta pay too much. You the one who carry my weight, I ain't gotta live too much. You can't never do too much. You can't never do too much. Talking to me, I'm a blush. Singing over me, turn me to dust. With a verb, you filling my cup. You got a word that's picking me up. In the red letters, I'ma trust. Keep them blessings, I don't need the stuff. When you loving on me is enough. Forget what you heard, it's really a rush. You got a word that's picking me up. When you loving on me is enough. Singing over me, turn me to dust. Your presence, so I don't go out and sin no more. Evil one just wanna steal and kill, take the will, oh Lord. I just wanna stay inside your presence and your will, oh Lord. You gave me a heart that's made of flesh, I wanna feel, oh Lord. Break the lies that tell me I'm still gonna try to heal, oh Lord. Every time you speak a better word, the scars are healed, oh Lord. If you say I'm chosen, then I'm choosing to believe, oh Lord. Sing it over me until your truth is all I see, oh Lord. Talking to me, I'm a blush. Singing over me, turn me to dust. With a verb, you filling my cup. You got a word that's picking me up. Every man I can give them.
don't need them advice. Them a big antichrist, we go through to realize. I feel watch them kill with the spiritual eyes. Me not like fake people, so me cross and angry just like Rodney Price. Just to save my soul, I walk out from those guys. We are not the same, so we have to cut ties. Some of them a try play fool, we get twice. We cut ties for a reason. We not in a down with ungodly people. Don't make the wrong spirit lead you. Don't make the good spirit leave you. Make it the spirit of discernment me read you. You'll be here when I write, me don't feel you. Cause this my loving kid I go. Yeah, I gotta watch it. Don't be too far to be all like me feel.
In that water, in that blue grave. Heard your voice in Memphis, how my oldest got it made. Father told me that songs were in the morning, meditating fast. And you don't know what you driving, but got something fast. See my brother's life change when that blue crash. I got whiplash, Holy Spirit got my head turned. Time to pick trash. If I wanna serve out Jesus' son, it's a flash. He coming back, what's your purpose? It's a mismatch, turn the earth flat. Rain on me.
And you make it mad, they were 2 hours later, I'm glad. I'm back, I never thought I'd make one act. I threw so much out, like what are we talking about? Tell him God, he working it out. Good for you, I can't do for clap. The message shaking me out, I know we out, follow it out, I'm getting it out. Rain on me, rain on me.
Help me go, I couldn't do this on my own.
You came into my life.
Rain on me, Lord, help me go. Rain on me, feed my spirit, feed my soul. Rain on me, Lord, help me go. Rain on me, feed my spirit. Wonder is made, child of my spirit. It won't work, no one. Wonder is made, child of my spirit. It won't work. I'm not a devil, I'm in bad. We do what God and I ain't never going back. Took you for granted, all them chances that I had to make it right, to save my life. Like a couple hundred times, ain't deserving it all. Really can't save me. Worst situation, it was crazy. My death keep blowing, I keep blowing. I shot up, okay, I wish. Got to hell, say wish. So all that petty beef, it don't faze me, no. Your goodness, your mercy, your face, Lord. Can't touch that body, running me, Lord. Can't teach me, Lord. Give me some direction, this ain't easy, Lord. candle lit. I've been repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. Having a little sin. Blue water cover the fence. 7 branch candle lit. I've been repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. Having a little sin. Blue water cover the fence. Reading from front to the end. I fell in love with the word. I got the 100 to learn. No, we don't sum of the verse. Yeah, I seen the fornication. They getting drunk in the church. They trying to summon the worst. They the scum of the earth and the son of the first. The first and the last, beginning the end. Created the alpha omega. I'm rocking the white, I'm rocking the blue, I'm rocking the purple, the red. Yeah. See, I got blessings by the patience. You can see the correlation. Get a races for the patient. Just in case you need some motivation. I'm crushing the models. I feel like Josiah. I'm feeling like David. Tell me, what's a Goliath? I feel like Elijah, cause I got the fire. I'm down on my knees, I'm touching the legions. Like I be rocking, plus I got my 7 branch candle lit. I've been repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the sin. Blue water cover the fence. 7 branch candle lit. I've been repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the sin. Blue water cover the fence. Wait. See, I'm from Moses and the prophets. The who pertains the adoption. All the glory and the promise. Yeah. The receiver, the begotten. I'm the seed of the forgotten. It gets deeper than the options. They try to take my birthright, yeah. See them scheming and they plotting. Serving demons of the darkness. All the teachings of the carcass. For me and me, another doctrine. The motherfucker I was purging. The might is mighty right on. Go open the Psalms and read through the verses. Evermore, His mercy endures forevermore. My Israelite soldiers, set them forth. Go feed the young lions and let them roar. I'm feeling like Joshua, the son of Nun. When leading the ark with the 7 horns. I'm feeling like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Walk through the fire and never score. To the God of Israel, I will praise. Keep the 7 days. Eat 11 7 days. Dedication, tabernacle 7 days. Ain't no fan for no op, you know I can't be stopping dancing with the lockers. Cause I got access to the locker. Buy the truth and sell it now. 7 branch candle lit. I've been repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense.
Alright, 5 minutes for the performers. Sister Sandra, we're gonna start off with you.
Repping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the sin. Blue water cover the fence.
If the world against me, I know that I got me. I know that I got me. That's mind, spirit, and body. Protect your heart, for everything flows from it. 10-4, Lord, I copy. See, God is my escape when that levee break. I can't wait to know the code to the heaven gates. I'm trying to give you whole foods, get you off of them Debbie cakes. No, you ain't gotta run in the devil's race. No, you ain't gotta run at the devil's pace. I'm standing firm, he don't wanna see me face to face. The way I'm living, protected and fully armored. While you're trying to stay afloat, I just learned to swim underwater. Look, appreciate you, but I know the ones supposed to hear it. The new rap group, call them D and the Holy Spirit. Hope you feel the truth inside every moment I post a lyric. Coast to coast with emotion here, there's no smoke and mirrors. I pray you hear wise words of a man, but he who don't follow just built his house on the sand. I'm standing in the light trying to get my spiritual tan. I'm just happy that my dreams align with God's. Let this be the time you find perfect peace. I pray that it's the time you find perfect peace. The day I go, you'll say, I kept the message. Praise God, help you seek him through self-reflection. Don't get distracted, it ain't worth it, don't waste a second. If God ain't in it, what you doing? Go change your method. The path is already laid out, uniquely chose for you. Your own flesh is set out against you. It wants the most of you. If it don't benefit your potential, it can't get close to you. The mindset to do what's right for you is what you're supposed to do. We don't think the same. I know it's levels though. You want a brand new car, but I want self-control. I want to keep my joy. I want my patience too. You want to be happy, but I want peace. You can't compare the two. I learned to say no if it don't work for me. I'm probably somewhere praying if you search for me. Become a better me, I wouldn't hurt to see.
demons. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see on the stage. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see on the stage demons. I see fire on the earth coming down like Hiroshima. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see on the stage demons. I see fire on the earth coming down like Hiroshima. I see prophets rising up, prophesying scriptures. I see Christ, he coming back and he black. He look like us. I see it. 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 Rumors of war. Muslims all on the earth. I know it's a part of the curse. And hunger and thirst. I know we reaching the end. Right now it's all getting worse, so I'm putting in work. Storing my treasures in heaven. Heavy the dirt and I carry my fear of the Lord that was making his curse. Salvation is coming home to the world. I'm trying to live righteous, but used to be worldly. I love my people, I'm not with that world. The scriptures I leave on them cause they encourage. They help with my mind on my own and they working the world. We in, it's about to be over. I see it, they bargain closer. This ain't the time to be folding up. Be stronger than love when you roll it up. They wanna dead like a price on our head. The Bible is talking, you will be read. Said you made it, I didn't even say it. I'm just a message you should have said. Trying to wake up out your sleep. Do it for you to see. Royalty, family, I know what I see. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see all the slave demons. I see fire on the earth coming down like Hiroshima. I see prophets rising up, prophesying scriptures. I see Christ, he coming back and he black. He look like us. I see it. 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 Craig coming back like a thief in the night. You better complain if you ain't getting it right. But you lose the love when he shows you the light. The Bible also in the spiritual fight. When we go to war, all them spirits be hype. No, they ain't right, that's what I'm fight. All day and night is a battle for life. Play on the right as I roll in the dice. Galatians 4 and 16. You hate cause I tell you the truth. If I call you my brother, it mean that I love you. Even if you get rebuked. No, I can't let you say it again. When I know you ain't innocent. You might fall but get up again. We all better than lower than us. I make heads like it's a rush. Show them love like how they was. God made me straight from the dust. And I'm the rock you in that bush. Most I got it, I'm gon' judge. Don't get it in blood. For the ones he loved. He gon' rise us up. I see mansions in the kingdom. I see on the slave demons. I see fire on the earth coming down like Hiroshima. I see prophets rising up, prophesying scriptures cut. I see Christ, he coming back and he black. He look like us. I see it.
Till I know the spirit see you walk in the church, I came to feel. I'm not time for God. He made time for me. Yeah, from 18 to 20, you say when we come in your mind, we come in. Step in the building, bottle on me. 1, 2, 3, you know we do. Till I know the spirit see you walk in the church, I came to feel. I made time for God. He made time for me. Yeah, from 18 to 20, you say when we come in your mind, we come in. Okay.
the pride in my head. Keep it a buck. If it ain't on your heart, I wanna treat it like it's yours. The only one that can judge me, spirit unholy, isn't that love? I don't get lost in the song, but be in the spirit, I'm calling my devil. Enemy shooting this arrow, I got this spaceship, can't touch it. Walk around with a lamb in the line, and go a little weird, be buddy. Went to the gun like Forrest, got this cross on my back out Forrest. So a lot of y'all think I'm from Florida, I'm from heaven, I'm really a tourist. Otherwise still looking for signs, man it's bold, I think I'm a tourist. When I said I fell in love with God, they had me wild, it gotta be gorgeous, right? Yeah, I think that I found me a catch. Oh my God, he really enough. I be talking, he telling me rush, cause he know that we not in a rush. Still on my nerves, making them learn and fast. Really, it feel like it's nice. Sit on my shine, gave me a brand new purpose. Really, I'm done with the line.
Alright, let's get our first performance.
Really, I'm done with the line. Cheese, giving it all. Really, I'm done with the pride.
Alright, family. I hope everyone's enjoying the food. But nonetheless, we're gonna keep the vibes going. You know, we used to have a saying when Deacon Dale was here, can't drop the beats, so we can't kill the vibes, we gotta keep the vibes going. So Sister Sandra, you ready? Alright, my sister.
Check. This is a good check. Hey, lovely girl. All praises to the Most High. I just want to thank Deacon Zerai for showing up for me on last Friday. As I know, he took time as we did Mom's send-off, and it was a lovely time. So I just want to bless you, Deacon, for giving me that time. And I just want to thank all of the people that came out, and they represented you who couldn't come out. Right? So, Brother Kale, Marcia, Benny, Anita, where she is? Okay, Anita was there, Sister Zafra, and of course, Billy showed up. I didn't expect her, but bless the Most High. It was a wonderful send-off. Thank you for your prayers and connecting with me. We've been depending on the Most High, a higher from time. Thank you for that lesson today. Praise the Most High. Here we go. Depending on you. Some of you know this, so you can sing along with me. If the balance isn't right, tell me now. I would have fainted if I didn't expect to see your goodness in the land of the living. Draw close to you, and you'll draw close to me. Purify my heart. Now I'm believing. I cried out to you, and you heard me. Let strength become perfect
give Sister Sandra a round of applause, please. All right, so at this time, whatever song that is, that's pretty much your cue. So I guess at this time, that's not here, guys? Alright, so let's get the one with all three of you guys. And then after that, but hold on, let me work on the mics. 1, 2, 1, 2, alright. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna turn you guys down a little. Hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright. So let me just adjust this. 1, 2. There we go.
And action.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Kwam Yasharella, Kwam. Alright, so the name of the song is called Holy Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath day and to keep it what? Holy. What? Holy. What? Alright, let's go. Many people hide behind fringes and modest apparel, but still behave worldly. Be true to yourselves. Shabbat Shalom. Keep it. Hey. Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Hey.
Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
It's a holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day. Keep it separate.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Now keep the Sabbath day.
Keep it.
Keep it separate.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Now keep the Sabbath.
Keep it.
Working so hard, trying to get the burnt out. After 6 days, I finally clocked out. Serving the both side on the way out. Gave adversary spiritual backup. Sides of me to cover restful day. Guess what I've done this holy day? Fed the poor food on sacred day. Lawful do well on Sabbath day. Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
It's a holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day. Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
It's a holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day. Keep it separate.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Keep the Sabbath day.
Keep it.
Keep it separate.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Now keep the Sabbath day.
Keep it.
Another week down, I was having a holy rest. You push it clean, so I hope that you're upset. The boxes keep yourself, don't wait till that sunset. That's the greatest word that he might get upset. Jubilee's 51st age is clear. This not one day, I am only one year. And we walking in the spirit, execution, that's reverence. Honoring his word, that's what we call true reverence.
Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
It's a holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day. Holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day.
Be separate.
It's a holy day.
Must keep it.
Ember Sabbath day. Keep it separate now.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Now keep the Sabbath day.
Keep it.
Keep it separate.
Separate.
Make a holy fast.
Keep it.
Respect it all the way.
Separate.
Now keep the Sabbath day.
Shabbat Shalom, my highest rest. Keeping his word, killing the flesh. Praising his name, singing his word. People put on their wickedness. Listen, obedience is key. Never be a follower if I had them I eat. Worldly desires, tell what I believe. goes. The devil is a murderer. Watch out, if I try to deceive you. Oh, higher. Tell him again, you have to tell him again. Repent for your sins or your life, I thought it not so well. Cause without the Father, God, we have no faith. Oh, higher. Tell him again, you have to tell him again. Without your Father, God, we alone have been very life. We have to walk alongside and right. Boy, giving thanks and praise for the peace and not the rain. I went and saw my Father God that he pain. I higher alone, can't carry my load on the bit. Tell them the story and not the book of Job. See all when Job did I lose everything. And then I curse the Father. I'll wear the losing things. After sailing, try to tear it down. Let him lose his mind, but him. Never know Job was one of a kind. Listen, the adversary come to steal, kill, and take the joy. Empty self with precious life is like a play toy. In my pain, the game I try to bring with dog. Cause confusion make your life go wrong. Like a merry-go-round. Murderer, the devil is a murderer. The devil is a deceiver. He's here to deceive. Boy, but keep your faith, don't walk away. Cause remember, said the pyramid in the building one day. And we meant to walk the path of straight and narrow. I hide alone for what your pain and sorrow. Tell the word, tell him again, you want me, tell him again. Repent for your sins or your life, but go ahead, not so well. Cause without the Father God, we have no faith. Boy, higher, tell him again, you have to tell him again. Without your Father God, we alone have been feeling life. Buckle up, sorry, have to get right. Boy, tell him again, you have to tell him again. Repent for your sins or your life, but go ahead, not so well. Cause without the Father God, we have no faith. Boy, tell him again, you have to tell him again. Tell him again, you have to tell him again. Tell him again, you have to tell him. The devil is a murderer. Murderer. The what? The devil is a murderer. He must try to deceive you. Boy. Sorry, guys. Sing out before your time is up and you stand before him. Sing out before she leave you like that night go real.
In times where right is wrong and wrong is right, they screaming it's demon time. While most of the freaks come out at night. Backwards, this is an illness. I hear thinking a higher doesn't exist, and they cursing his name. Not even his days, and the people are straight, but there's only one way. That's our doctor, our leader, Yashinawa. That word, he gave his life for us, so she anointed him what he was called to do. It took us. Look at the signs, it's almost time for the first shot. He last, and the last shot be first. So believe to him, take a sip of that water, he shimmer with those of us who thirst.
I sacrifice this song just to save us. To see his mercy, his grace, and his love for us. will play his game. That's why he will do everything in his power to bring you down to his level. In his corner, all I see it go. You turn your head for a sec, he'll knock you right off the swivel. You and me, there's so much time in the world to get it together. I know Savior may be patient, but he won't wait forever. This journey won't be easy, a lot of fear and confusion. With my Father, all the heartache and pains and illusion. I'ma keep standing tall before I call it quits. One thing's for certain, I treat you with no regrets. We're living in love. In times where right is wrong and wrong is right. Next 3 minutes, demons high, almost to the freaks out at night. Backwards, this is an illness. I hear thinking a higher doesn't exist, and they curse in his name. Blessing in his days, and then people are straight, but there's only one way. That's how I don't care. I'm a healer, you know what? That word, he gave his life for us, so she anointed him when he was called to do it. Took guts. Look at the signs, it's almost time for the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So lean to him, take a sip of that water, he shimmered with the hopes of us who thirst. Healing in his name, power in his name. I'ma sing for you, clap my hands, give you praise. Healing in his name, power in his name. I'ma sing for you, clap my hands, give you praise. I know things ain't easy, you hear the bumpy road in life, but no matter what, the most I always realize. Take one step at a time and you will see, through him anything you will achieve. Wrong is right. Next 3 minutes, demons high, robbers with the fruits out at night. Backwards, this is an illness. I hear thinking a higher doesn't exist, and they curse in his name. Blessing in his days, and then people are straight, but there's only one way. That's our doctor, our healer, you know what? That word, he gave his life for us, so she anointed him when he was called to do it. Took us. Look at the signs, it's almost time. The first shall be last, the last shall be first. So cleave to him, take a sip of that water. He shared with those of us who thirst. Sin now before your time's up and you stand before him. Sin now before she leaves you and let that light go real dim.
You know my line of work, eh? So I'm sitting there and reading somebody's message. Oh, my day is ruined, right? And I'm like, what? I did not know that giraffes didn't have anywhere to go when it thunderstorms. And so my day is ruined, right? So I'm there and I'm like, giraffe. I'm just thinking, what would it look like curry giraffe in a pot? You know what I mean? Like, that's what is going through my head when I'm looking at the giraffe, them long neck. You know, like turkey that tastes good, you know what I mean? So, I know that giraffe, them righteous, right? So anyway, so I'm gonna try and sing tonight. You know them say you shouldn't do it when your belly full. You know them way them. But the singing sounds so nice, it just makes me feel encouraged a little bit. You know what I mean? All praises to the Most High. So I'll try my best. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh me. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is thy refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample on the feet. Because his hands love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. Will I satisfy him and show him my salvation? Psalms 91.
Make some noise, Israel. Make some noise, Israel. Respect, brother Kia. See what the whole lot of food they eat. Refill.
Speech, yeah, have a listen up. Every conversation they have, listen up. Smell your weakness, have been creeping up. These evil spirits, they be creeping up. Infinite sins after baptism, you'll be worse than before after baptism. 7 spirits, they came to realize. Keep holy vessel shield, you will realize. Remain disciplined, motherfucking members from adultery. Lust for anything, it's like idolatry. Else you be exposed so openly. Put away all. You be judged for your disobedience. Most likely leading us for our obedience. Don't be as children of disobedience. Put soon get their up. Second coming, Christ will slaughter enough. Works of the flesh are manifest. One of them are lasciviousness, walk in spirit, with gentleness, walk in spirit, came with meekness. Must give up, polish these pagan traditions. Christmas, Easter, that's pagan traditions. Armor of the Most High, my protection. Romans chapter 6 must seek perfection. Sin purposely, there's no more grace. Judgment time, you lose that case. Water baptism, my new birthplace. Spotless garment will win this race. Put away, covetousness must put away, put away, put away. Idolatry must put away, put away, put away. Covetousness must put away, put away, put away. Idolatry must put away, put away corruption, put away pridefulness, 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 put away, covetousness must put away, put away, put away, idolatry must put away, put away, put away, covetousness must put away, put away, put away, idolatry must put away, corruption, put away pridefulness, put away corruption, put away pridefulness, put away corruption, put away pridefulness, put away corruption, put away pridefulness.
Make some noise, family. We have one more performance. We have the final performance here from Sister Case and Kavea. Okay, so make some noise for our final performance of the night. We're doing it as well. Let's go. Let me know when you're ready then.
You already made a way. Know every breath I take is just to say thank you. You lift me up. You crown me with favor. You love my shield. I'll praise you forever. You gave me strength before the fight began. No every wind reminds me of who I am. Of who I am. You already won the battle for me. I'm standing in grace. I'm walking in peace. You lift me higher than fear could reach. Your mercy's my victory speech. You already won it, oh Lord. You already won the battle for me. I'm standing in grace, walking in peace. You lift me higher than fear could reach. Your mercy's my victory speech. You already won it, oh Lord. No weapon can rise against your name. No shadow can hide from your flame. You go before me, I'll never be the same. You written my story with grace on every page. You already won the battle for me. I'm standing in grace, I'm walking in peace. You lift me higher than victories. Your mercy's my victory speech. You already won, oh Lord. The one, all praises.
Listen, Israel, make some noise for this Purim, y'all. This is beautiful, man. All praises to the Most High, higher by your shimmy shine. Listen, I know a lot more people wanted to perform, but hey, we have First Fruits coming up. First Fruits is coming up. Save some of those performances for First Fruits, okay? We gonna turn up on this First Fruits. All praises to the Most High, okay? Kwam Yasharala. Rise, Israel, rise, rise, rise.
Well done.
I know them who care lose everybody. Holy fire down me fully I'm on. And if you lie, will wash me hard. Where is funding job? I know them who care lose everybody. Holy fire down me fully I'm on. And if you lie, will wash me hard. Where is funding job? When I'm not trapped, I was gone. When it's time, what's turn up time? I know they fight with flesh and blood. Holy Ghost fire, they clear my road. I wanna go there, speak like that. But if you work, no need to rejoice. Even when I sleep, I just sit there. When I got no kind of free choice. I see them sickness, I don't fear. I go down to the arms disappear. Anything when no support near. When it goes straight, we draw the line clear. Holy fire, yeah. Holy fire, yeah. Holy fire, yeah. No priest, no failure. Power by fire, power by fire. like where favor so bullshit. Any day where I delay or sorrow, make it look like no space for tomorrow. I pray for access where I like my God. Don't be a blessing where will make me fall. If the door will drain me, Israel, pray for me every day. Lead my steps. Day and night. Open the door. Anything rise the strength. Do something. Do I'm right. That's a favor. If you don't bless me, you hold. Cause of peace and elevation. Divine access, no manipulation. Let my wisdom, humility, I want progress, publicity, love and sustainability. Lord, we enter, Lord, we reject, pain and shame, who they lead us. Hey, I'm feeling something. Hey, hey. We're coming back!
them clear. Now I'm in a panic mode. After 5 years wondering what to do. They put the world on total lockdown cause they want to control us all. Just Babylon a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down. Go with that. System a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down. They rather uprise and everything a come down. Everything a come down. Babylon a fall, everything a come down. System come down. Them never know them who was temporal. Only the kingdom of the most is eternal. Yes, cool off, laugh, best seats. I get to run no Jacob, we got next.
Holy water upon them now, holy water upon them.
Peace and tranquility, the world I will get, yes. Let's put it into context. Revelation chapter 18 verse 2 says this.
What we say?
Yeah, Babylon a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down, yeah.
Sing it.
The system a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down, yeah. That should rather uprise and everything a come down. Everything a come down.
Everything a drop.
Everything a come down. System come down. We aiming for an exodus. This wicked system a go wipe us.
Yes,
no more they're gonna make slaves of us. Cause all are gonna make us victorious and glorious. Yeah. Revelation chapter 13 verse 10. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1 and 2. The scriptures show. What are you gonna do? Babylon a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down. Yeah. Them system a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down. That should rather uprise and everything a come down. Everything a come down. Babylon a fall, everything a come down. System come down. Babylon a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down.
What we say?
Them system a fall, everything a come down. Everything a come down. That should rather uprise and everything a come down. Everything a come down. Babylon a fall, everything a come down. System come down. We're so glad. Babylon a fall, the system a crumble. We're so glad. One Yasharala. Popularization. They wanna destroy the most guy's tradition.
They want mash it up.
Depopulization. They wanna kill the Israelite man and woman. Depopulization. They wanna destroy the most guy's tradition. Babylon a come with depopulization. They wanna kill the Israelite man and woman. Yeah. My people ask yourself this question. How can the virus that starts in a Wuhan migrate from China now resides with the black man? Yeah, all this was their plot all along. So they bait and switch to trick the black nation. Yeah. Well, have they ever selected us first for anything that is good for us? Remember the crack epidemic and just the experiment. Depopulization. They wanna destroy the most guy's creation. Babylon a come with depopulization. They wanna kill the Israelite man and praise. I could